What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. It's that time again, it's time for the fits of the week where I bring you some of the best menswear fits from around the socials, just in time for some weekend inspiration. Before we jump into it, I'd just like to ask if you get anything from the video at all, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, check out archeratedwards.com for premium menswear and sign up to the Substack The Guidance. Just dropped a post about my favourite piece of transitional wear this transitional season, which is vests and gilets and the like. It's something we're seeing more and more of, so I put together a list. I think it's like my 21 favourites that are available at the moment. And also one thing I'm doing with these posts is including a mood board as well, so just examples of how I would style these things as well. So check out the Substack for that. Also a quick fit check for myself. I've got this brown knitted t-shirt on from Lestrange. I've got the homage watch from Saint Martin. If you haven't seen the video on this, I did, I think it may have been the last one or the one before that. Check that out. Some really interesting comments which I might do a video on to address, because it's very polarizing and some really interesting points both ways. So maybe I'll do that soon. But other than that, I've got a pair of jeans on from Buck Mason, which you can't really see. I'm going to try to figure out another ways for me to do the full length fit checks at some point soon. But anyway, enough about all that. Let's get into these fits. So first up, we have Peter, or Peter's Prism. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, it's definitely worth a look. He's got some really cool videos, really well produced, and Instagram page as well. So do check that out. So he's trying to coat on. So this isn't necessarily like an outfit formed together, but what I really liked about it was like the color palette with this, and I think it works with the rest of the outfit he's wearing. So why not throw it in here? It's a double-breasted peak lapel coat in this camel color. It's got some sort of beige trousers on, a black pair of horsebit loafers, and then a blue shirt on as well, with I think like a canvas belt also. But I think those two stages of beigey sort of colors, like the darker with the coat and the lighter with the trousers, just kind of works. And it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, is pair different shades of one color, like a lighter color. So it'd be it beiges or whites, different kind of whites together, and I think this actually looks really nice. I think it also works really well with that blue of the shirt. I think it works really well with his complexion as well. So I'm never really a big one for color theory, to the point that you should go all out to just look for the colors that work for your complexion. I feel like most of all the colors have to be nice, and then finding the tones that work with your complexion is the better sort of way around that. But to a point where just wear the clothes you like and the colors you like mostly. If you find something's really sort of like draining you, then just don't wear that and maybe look for another tone in that color. I think that's normally my sort of theory around it. But I think this is a really nice outfit, even if it's one that wasn't maybe planned without the coat. But I think you should hopefully buy that coat. Another really interesting color palette is this outfit from Rikesh, or Rick's UK on Instagram. So a lot of lighter tones here, but what is interesting, he's gone for sort of like the darker sort of internal tones. So we've got obviously a black pair of shoes, a pair of light grey trousers with I think a bit of a check pattern to them as well, pleated trousers, then a jacket which is from J Muser, this double-breasted blazer. The trousers are from Kit Blake, by the way, and the shoes are Mere Chris. And the shirt is from Napa Dory, London, if you're interested. It's really nice. I think it's a sort of like a sagey sort of green color with twin pockets on the chest as well. So as I say, yeah, like really interesting pairing of colors. He's very good at this. If you go through his outfits, he's really good at pairing colors and patterns in a really like unique way. So I really like what he's done here. And as I say, like the sort of lighter tone with the jacket, we've still got a bit of a lighter tone with the trouser, but then darker with the shirt and the tie to sort of anchor it down. And I think he's done a really lovely job, and that jacket is absolutely beautiful. And one thing I talk a lot about, as well as color palettes, is texture, the other really important tool in your armory when you're dressing. And if you go to the close-up image of this, the shirt's got a really interesting texture. Obviously, it's got that grenadine tie as well. So there's a ton of texture within this outfit. Also, the jacket as well has a fair bit of texture to it. So there's so much depth to this outfit. It just makes the whole thing super interesting, as well as the really like pleasing color palette. So next up with Jake Wolf, and I think here it's more like the subtle little changes in the color of the shirt that makes this interesting. First of all, you got a really beautiful navy suit with a lovely rise to the trouser, navy tie with a stripe sort of pattern to it, a little pocket square, kind of, I can't really see what colour it is, kind of like grey stone sort of colour. and then a pair of black horsebit loafers, and then this yellow, lemony sort of yellow shirt. And I think that really makes a big impact with this suit. It brings out a little bit more of the navy, I feel, just looking at it. It just adds that, like, raises the depth of the navy. I could just be overthinking that a bit, but I think that yellow, rather like a white shirt, which would still be great, or a light blue shirt, just that yellow just adds something a little bit different. It's fresh, and I think it really complements the rest of the colors around it. Also, the silhouette of the suit, you've got a nice high rise to the trouser. It's quite a full leg to it. Big lapels. You can see the tie knot's quite small as well, so he's playing around with proportions quite a fair bit here. And a little bit of an extended pointed collar, just slightly as well. So there's lots of really interesting things about this, and it's subtle. It's still a navy suit with just like a navy tie, but the addition of like a yellow shirt and the subtle little adjustments or subtle little detailing of the suit and the proportions just make all the difference to make it something like super interesting. So next up we have this outfit, and I don't know why I chose this one, because there's no way I'm going to be able to say the name of this. So this is a menswear store in Helsinki called Vaturaliki Soma. I'm sorry, but it's a beautiful suit. I think this is their like made to measure suit that they're doing, and it's a really beautiful cut. You've got a nice bit of structure to the shoulders, size of the lapels proportionally, really nice. I love the tone of that grey, and I think what I like about it as well is just that it's the simplicity. White shirt, white pocket square, red tie with a bit of a pattern. I love the grey and the red sort of colour pairing. It just reminds me, I think, a little bit of like 90s menswear. That, like, if I just think back to like my childhood and seeing like an old like Armani lookbook, or like it just flashes that, just something about that just gives me sort of 90s feel. I could be completely way off, but in terms of color palette, I mean, the rest of it's a bit sleeker. It's a bit more modern, but yeah, beautiful suit, cool image, and a name that I'm sorry I butchered. So next up we have Junji, and JJ_F is his Instagram handle. And if you're not following him, definitely give him a follow. He's got some really, beautiful suits. Great photography is great on it, and just general fit pics like this, which I really like. And what I love about this one is the cool tones. We've got the light grey trousers, a Prince of Wales check grey jacket, a light blue shirt, and then some brown suede loafers. So there's a load, and I'm just going to zoom in on the pocket square. So the pocket square has a lot of greys in it, like a kind of greys and maybe a bit of beige in it. So a lot of cool tones, but with the shoes giving it a lot of warmth in there as well. And then it, like we were saying, I think with the first outfit, like, it really works with his complexion. I think that those cool tones, you've got the warmth of the shoe, and then it really works nicely with his complexion. It really brings out a lot of warmth with his complexion. So I think this is really, again, another really interesting outfit with just a simple colour palette of greys and blues, essentially. And he's made something really really different. A lot of guys would shy away from wearing the lighter trousers, but sometimes just doing that, trying it out in front of a mirror, can make all the difference if you want to get something a bit more unique as an outfit. So I think he's done a really beautiful job with this. So next up we have Frank, or Frank Idols. He works over at Black Horse Lane, and I'm assuming these jeans are Black Horse Lane. He's got I think a brown suede belt. It could just be plain leather, it could be suede, and then a very cool navy linen shirt on, just sort of showing it's a cool, first of all, cool image. I'm starting to miss the summer already. Like, it's super warm outside today, but then yesterday was really cold and rainy. It's super confusing, and I'm actually going to be doing a video on transitioning into transitional season next week, or this week coming up, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, personally, I just really like the image itself, the color palette, sand and sea you've got with the outfit itself. Really cool shirt. I love the size of the collar on that shirt. I'm not a lover of short sleeve shirts myself, on me personally, but I think when you've got cool tats like this and the sort of style he has, it works really nicely. So just a cool pick. And for our final outfit of the week, we've got Rami Malek, who was at the US Open, also with Jeremy Allen White, but we're ignoring him today. This is all about Rami. So he's got a pair of high-waisted, just like off-white trousers. I can't actually see what shoes he's wearing because this person's head's in a way. He's got, I believe, a suede like overshirt on in navy, a navy t-shirt, and then a little bandana scarf thing going on in navy as well, and then some slightly rounded glasses. So very simple, navies and whites. Also the silhouette, like the starkness of those two, that lighter color and the darker color, really emphasizing that rise in his waist. And I think what he's doing here is something, not maybe deliberately to him, but for a lot of guys that, when I talk about high-waisted trousers, are a bit unsure, especially if they've never worn them before. And this is a really good way into it. So if wearing like a shirt over the top of it, yes, you can still see that silhouette there. It gives you all the benefits in terms of showing off that silhouette, elongating the legs, and for people like myself and many others, it just looks better in my opinion. But having a shirt that goes over the top, that means you're just basically just seeing this part of it. It's not too much, it's not too emphasized. So this is a nice sort of way to sort of introduce it to yourself. Just wear a shirt over the top, but let it peek out. Let your t-shirt peek out a little bit, and show off that waistline, just to introduce it to the world. I love this outfit overall. I love the shirt as well. If it is suede, which I believe it is, I think it gives a really nice bit of texture. Scarf, of course, is an extra addition, which personally I really like, but is completely optional. But it's a very copyable outfit. Yeah, the scarf makes it that little bit extra. Also, maybe like the suede material of the shirt. But I think those things elevate it massively. And if you want to show that you're really thinking about the clothes that you're wearing, about your outfit, then I would say this is a really wearable outfit for most guys. If you did want to tone it down a bit, you can tone down the color of those trousers to maybe like a beige or just like a sort of darker tone. But essentially, as a formula, this is a great one. But anyway, guys, they were the fits of the week, and let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. Remember to check out archeranwoods.com and sign up to the Substack, The Guidance. I'll put a link in the description for that. Also, drop any questions you want answered in videos in the comments as well. I've got the next one planned, so I'm just keeping an eye out for any interesting questions that I can make a full video around. So do drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.